Hey there, welcome to CES. My name is Rayman Cheng, and I am the CEO of Nakamichi USA. Let's kick things off with a little bit of industry gossip. Take a look at this chart. The audio world these days, with Bose acquiring Macintosh and Sonos Faber in 2024, it definitely feels a bit like a corporate battlefield. For smaller independent brands like us, it can be very intimidating. Kind of like a classic David versus Goliath story. But here's the twist. Being the David in this scenario is kind of like a superpower. We're nimble and innovative enough to take risks in many ways that Goliaths cannot. While they're caught up in corporate red tape, we are redefining the rules. And that is where the real magic begins. Check out this cool graphic created by AI. I still remember when I built my first home theater quite some time ago. It wasn't just a project. It definitely was a ritual. Hours of research finding the right AVR, the right speakers, going to different stores to audition them to make sure they match well. Then you have to worry about speaker wires with the right lengths, banana plugs. Once everything is said and done, you have to run wires in your home like a squirrel in a maze. And then tweaking EQs for hours. I swear it felt like assembling a spaceship in my living room. Then in 2015, we asked ourselves, what if we could totally changed the game? The following year, we took a bold leap with the launch of the Shockwave series for the very first time, reintroducing the Nakamichi brand in the US market. At a time when 5.1 soundbars were the top of the line, we introduced a 7.1 Shockwave model. It wasn't very fancy, but the responses blew us away. Customers loved it, it was a little bit different, and it sold out instantly. That's when we realized we weren't just selling audio systems. We needed to truly understand what customers wanted and create meaningful, emotional experiences. By doing so, Nakamichi set ourselves apart in a legacy industry where many companies have struggled to connect and endure. That aspiration actually became our mission. We didn't want to make just another sound system. We're set out to completely redefine expectations. Our goal was quite simple, combining the simplicity of a plug-and-play soundbar system with the power and the immersive surround effects offered by a dedicated full AVR setup. A solution that doesn't require you to be an audio engineer or binge watch hours and hours of YouTube tutorials to enjoy. Think of it this way. My mom is never ever going to buy a computer system in her lifetime, but she loves her iPad because it is simple and it flat out works. That's what we're set out to do for the home audio category. Building on the success of our first model, we decided to double down. Many laugh at my idea. What? Do you need to get your head examined? You want to build a 9.2.4 soundbar system with 4 surround speakers and 2 10-inch wireless subwoofers? Are you nuts? No one will want to buy it. Since we do not have smart MBAs like the big brands, we invested and run with it anyway. The result? It disrupted the entire industry. Within a few years, other big brands all started jumping on this high channel count, premium soundbar segment we had kickstarted. Then we had an awakening moment. We decided to go completely rogue, to make a ginormous statement. We spent 5 years developing the Nakamichi plug-and-play home theater and launched it at CES 2023. And it has everything that we stand for. Simplicity, quality, and most importantly, pushing all technical and mechanical boundaries for a plug-and-play setup. And honestly, we had no idea if we would sell a single unit. The reception? Better than we ever dreamed. But what really got us wasn't just the praise. It was the trust from our loyal followers and customers, many of whom have owned multiple generations of our soundbar products. You see, since bringing the brand back to the US, most of the customers have trusted us with their hard-earned money without touching the product or hearing a demo because we only sell our products online. Some even spend hundreds of dollars importing the product back to their home country. To me, as a creator, that is incredibly humbling. And we wouldn't be here if they did not support us. And it inspires us. It inspires the team to deliver on that trust every time when we build a product. And here's the proof. Amazon sells a ton of Dolby Atmos soundbars. The last time I checked, they have over 600 different models. And let me tell you, Amazon customers can be unpredictable, harsh, and even critical when it comes to writing reviews versus other retailers. And of all, I mean all the Dolby Atmos soundbars that Amazon sells, the Nakamichi, Shockwave, and Dragon series hold 2 of the top spots if you sort the 600 models by average customer review ratings. In fact, Dragon has the number one rating of all Dolby Atmos soundbars. Granted, I don't call it a soundbar, and anyone who owns one would not call it a soundbar either, despite being the most premium plug-and-play home theater on the entire website. That says a lot about what we have built and why we have such a cult following. All right, I don't want to get sidetracked too much, so back to our mission, right? Our passion for simplifying life while redefining the boundaries of plug-and-play home theater performance has always been our guiding principle. And today, I am beyond excited to share with you a product that is deeply, deeply meaningful to me, deeply meaningful to the team. The next evolution of Shockwave, the system that started this incredible journey. A little bit about the Shockwave. This new Shockwave isn't here to replace or compete with our Nakamichi Dragon. It is here to carve out its own space and set a new benchmark in the industry. It is positioned just below Dragon, and it is designed to redefine expectations for all other flagship soundbars in its class. So what's the secret sauce this time? First up, we are supercharging the new Shockwave with our exclusive 11.2.6 discrete configuration. Including all soundbars launched at the CES, we're still the only one with 2 subwoofers and 6 discrete high channels right out of the box. And powering this beast, we have 16 digital amplifiers and 31 speaker drivers from Pencuda. And Pencuda is a sister division of the legendary ScanSpeak. And if you're not familiar with ScanSpeak, they have been handcrafting world-class speaker drivers for the best loudspeaker companies since the 70s, with a single driver that can sell for as much as $2,000. Yes, a single driver for $2,000. And they literally have a specialist who does nothing but making sure that the glue that they use is perfect for the hundreds of different products that they make. And he does it all by hand. And obviously, this kind of master crafting is not scalable in our world. And Pencuda, what they did is that they took this iconic Danish design and engineering heritage and they modernized it with cutting-edge manufacturing. Imagine that we all teleported back to the 18th century and giving Mozart an electric guitar to compose. The final results will be crazy, right? And that's the kind of bold innovation Pencuda brings to the table for a new Shockwave Wireless. And sharing the spotlight is the debut of our proprietary AHD Ultra engine, a game changer that is all about supercharging 3D spatial surround, basically unleashing the full potential of all the high channel speakers. And we will also bring this same engine to the Dragon soon after the launch of Shockwave Wireless. All right, check this out here. The main unit is 54 inches. It has a very aggressive, bold design that looks like a Batmobile staring at you from across the room, from where you guys are sitting at. Packed inside are 19 Pencuda speaker drivers, 5 tweeters, and 14 regular drivers. It's got 4 discrete outfiring channels, 2 for the front of the room, 2 for the middle of the room. Nakamichi is the only plug-and-play system with 6 discrete outfiring channels, by the way. With that kind of horsepower, you can expect crystal clear dialogue and a world-class cinematic experience basically on any content. The wireless surrounds are designed in a bipolar configuration. What that really means is that each side of the surround speaker is replicating the function of a single surround speaker in a wired home theater setup. One side of the speaker covering the back surround effects, things that are coming from behind you, and the other side of the speaker is outputting the side surround effects, essentially replacing 2 surround speakers in a traditional setup. The built-in up-firing speakers complete our exclusive 6 discrete high-channel architecture. The 2 additional high speakers will really help enhance vertical sound immersion as well as optimizing 3D object placement. Together with our brand new AHD Ultra firing effects engine, you are wrapped in a 360-degree sonic bubble, pretty much like stepping right inside the scene. Moving on to our subwoofers, in 2018, we shook things up, literally, as a first brand to pack 2 subwoofers into a single system box. And guess what? We're still the only ones bold enough to do it today. And for the new 10-inch subwoofers, we didn't just upgrade, we rebuilt it from the ground up. So they're upgraded with computer drivers, and we gave them a whole new personality. And we spent a lot of time designing these flared ports, to make sure that the airflow is smoothed and controlled. So every rumble and every explosion hits just right. It brings the action right to your seat. The only thing to worry about is that your neighbors might not love it as much as you do. Hey, I want to end the session with just one last thought, right? In an industry that is ruled by audio conglomerates, Nakamichi dared to be very different. We have a passion to dream of a future where building your own cinematic home theater doesn't matter if this is your first one that you're building for your simple family room, whether you're upgrading to Dolby Atmos, or this is your ultimate man cave that you're building to impress your friends. It should not be a luxury anymore, but it should be a reality for almost every household. And all it takes is just 30 minutes of your time. Thank you for coming.